is my testimony, and this is a very big testimony for me. This testimony really changed my life for better, for good.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Hi everyone, it's Doris here again, and I'm here to talk to you about my testimony. And first of all, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that has been subscribing, leaving nice comments. Now we're still like a very little community, so it's really exciting to be able. So this is my testimony, and this is a very big testimony for me. This testimony really changed my life for better, for good. Married in 2012, and we decided that we wanted to have that year, 1 year of just honeymoon together before the babies start. Whenever I saw babies, whenever I saw children, I just start to get emotional. I just always wanted to touch them and hold them, and I started wanting mine. It's like July 2013 we started to try for a baby, and surprisingly the first month I conceived. I was very excited, but at that time we were going to Nigeria for traditional wedding as well. Went to Nigeria, came back for a wedding, and I was so stressed out. I remember being at work that day, and I found out that I was spotting, like I was bleeding. It was so scary. Because I didn't want anything to happen to my baby. So I was just screaming Jesus and Jesus and Jesus. I quoted all the verses I could remember and when the doctor checked my belly, the doctor found out that my baby was, and the doctor it's normal for moms in the early stages of their pregnancy to spot, to bleed, and that everything was fine. And I was so happy. I was like, phew. Oh, thanking God, God, I thank you that my child is fine, because I was already excited about the idea of being able. But anyways, fast forward. You remember I told you that, we had to go to Nigeria for our wedding. So during that time, I was in my early stages of pregnancy, but I didn't have time to go for my antenatal appointment, which is something I will never advise anyone to do. So when we came back, I was already gone past, almost 20 weeks, I think, and was it 20 weeks? I can't remember the exact month, but I started going for my antenatal appointments, and during one of my tests, it came back that I was going to have a Down syndrome child. Anyways, I went to the doctor that day, and he had all these flyers about Down syndrome children, how to care for Down syndrome children, and options about if I wanted to have an abortion after, if I wanted to keep the baby or not. And that really scared me. I've been excited about this pregnancy. I am not in any way planning to took all of these flyers home, and to be very honest, I cried on my way home, and Kingsley kept saying to me, like, Doris, don't worry. I kept assuring me that, everything is going to be all right. Our moms didn't go through all of these tests in the olden days, and they ended up having healthy babies. And he was saying to me, like, let's just wait and find out if we're having a baby with special needs. And from what I knew now, I won't be that sad, because I went on to read and study about, Down syndrome children, what it entails, how to care for them. But to find out that, Down syndrome it's not like a terrible diagnosis, that these babies may actually reach their milestones, maybe a little later than, healthy children, but they would get there. It contributes in their world, and there's nothing to be ashamed about, and that they're going to be beautiful children. And the children that, I had to tell myself, stop saying Down syndrome, that these are babies. Just say, I'm bringing a baby to the world. I'm bringing my baby, and that baby is going to be beautiful. That baby is going to look like me or Kingsley. That baby is special. They have one extra chromosome, special beings, you see. So I wish I knew what I knew now. And so I started researching, and I accepted that, I'm having this, when I say accepted, I accepted that if it is the will of God to have a Down syndrome child, then that is fine. I was, doctors were saying to us that, we could do a test called amniocentesis, and it's where a long needle is passed through, the belly to get fluid from the womb, to get amniotic fluid from the womb that contains the baby's cells, and that fluid will be tested. And the risk behind that is that the child you may have a miscarriage, and that is what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want to go through all of this and then end up with a miscarriage. I've gone through a lot already, and I wanted to bring my child into the world. I didn't care what that child was going to be. I just wanted my child into the world. A decision I had to make. I read the whole book of Psalm. I prayed with the book of Psalm, and I said to God, my wish is to have a healthy baby, but let your wish be done in my life. It was that they were going to get back to us in like, a week or two, but I think I remember getting the phone call, I think 3 weeks later. And I'll tell you something now, before the results came out, I already embraced the fact that I was pregnant, and I was already growing my bump. I was already showing my bump online, because I'm pregnant, I'm bringing a baby. I told myself there was nothing to be ashamed about. I'm going to ask her. The doctor called me, and when I saw this private number calling me, I was like, oh, Doris, your results are in, and the test came back, and you came back as normal. You are having a healthy baby. You received the results in the post. Congratulations. Oh my goodness. I did not know how to act. I didn't know if to be happy or if to, but I was genuinely shocked and happy. I could not believe how the results of the doctors, changed. When I always, tell my friends or people that, come to me for advice, that just forget about what the doctor says. We respect the doctors. We know they know what they're saying. But once God says yes, no man can say no. Once God says you're having a healthy baby, nobody can change that result. The test result might come back as, positive or whatever. But when God says, my child, no, this is what I'm going to give to you, that is exactly what you're going to have. So be it you're looking for, a spouse, your career, progression, or you're looking for a baby, or, doctors have said you have one illness or disease or the other, tell them that is your report. My God's report is different from yours, and just hold on to faith. In your trying times and in your period of waiting as well, you need to keep a positive attitude. You need to, like for me, I'm not saying everyone should act like me, but I'm a very smiley and jovial and happy person. And even when it takes me like a second to start smiling, so even when I was going through all of that, it did not stop me from being nice to people, from smiling, from being my happy self, and I was just growing to love. So I don't know if that attitude helped in, God blessing me or God giving me my testimony and making that's how I am. And I believe that helped me, and it will not change me, which is why I stay happy. I stay helping people, and I stay, baby. I prayed with my baby. I was just declaring all these blessings on my baby. I get really emotional when I talk about this, and I told myself that when I'm doing this video, I'm just going to smile all through, because it's not a sad thing at all. I went through that. I've moved on from that. Now it's a happy phase in my life. After 40 weeks, Nina, my daughter, was just chilling in my belly. She didn't want to come out. The 2 weeks she was still there, so I was rushed. We tried to induce her, and she still didn't want to come out. She had pooped in my belly. It was just a very risky situation that day, and I was rushed to have an emergency cesarean. And in May 2014, Nina came through, holding her hands. I could not believe I birthed that beautiful, beautiful child. I prayed to God every day for a healthy baby, and God not only gave me a healthy baby, He gave me a very beautiful angel. Sometimes God allows us to go through things so that we can get closer to Him. He turned my test into a testimony. He turned favor from God. We named her Adaize, which is a Nigerian name, like daughter of a king, so daughter of God. And since then, an absolute angel who loves God as much as I do. She just makes motherhood feel so easy. She was definitely sent by God into my home, because since she came into our lives, our world changed. I know that every test would lead to a testimony. The sorrow may come in the night, but joy cometh in the morning. And the best thing that's ever happened to me since I had Nina, the respect I had for women grew. Not just women who have birthed their children, but women who have even taken care. I remember taking care of my niece, married women, moms to be, women in waiting, God sees your heart. God knows all of your heart desires, and definitely God is going to grant that which He promised. Not everybody understands what anyone has been through. Sometimes people, question why you love your children so much. People question why you're the way you are with your children. Yes, why you act like you're the only one that had a baby. But just leave them and just carry on loving your child, because no one knows what you've gone through. No one knows the battle you had to fight to bring your child into the world. So my dear brothers and sisters, keep loving your baby. Don't anybody say to you, phase you. Motherhood is a great gift. It is my great blessings come with, come with being a mom. Abundant blessings come from your children. So my advice to all women trying to be moms already, moms in waiting, or moms wanting to be moms again, always believe in God Almighty. Trust God when He says that He will do it. When I say He will always come true, God will always come true. And challenge Him, and most of all, live a good, humble life. I carry His banner all over my head, and this was the beginning of the best days of my life. Thank you. And yes, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and let's just get testimonies I'll be sharing on this channel. So stay tuned, guys. Mwah.